Hey, Lobbert here again with another Pauper Brew. As always, the deck list is in the video description along with timestamp links if you want to skip to a match. Please like my video, I really appreciate it. It boosts my visibility on YouTube, and subscribe for more Pauper content. Please check out my podcast, Common Knowledge. Now let's get into the deck tech. First off, the face cam is back. I actually have some decent lighting now, so it should be back for good. Today I'm doing another league with my MUD Pauper deck. So I'm going to go through this deck and highlight the changes that I've made and talk about all the cards. This is a Tron deck, so it has all 12 of the Tron lands, and it's pretty good at grinding, I want to say. A MUD deck isn't the greatest at removal, so some of the new cards have helped with acceleration and life gain, but some of the things that help me grind is Quicksand in the mana base, so I can actually use my extra mana to kill their creatures. I'm just looking for any kind of removal I can get in this deck, so this is where I ended up. I also have Haunted Fengraf to get back extra creatures. Once I have Tron lands, I just want to get rid of all of my other lands really for value, and this can get quite a bit of value with how big my creatures are. I have 4 Radiant Fountain. This is to keep me alive. I've thought about running Glimmer Post, but I think that Radiant Fountain does the job a lot better. I have 4 Expedition Map. It's kind of what makes the deck even remotely playable, since I can go get my Tron lands if I need to. And then I have some ramp. I have 4 Guardian Idols. This is kind of like my man land. It can count as a mana for tapping, and it can turn into a guy a little bit later on for value. I have 4 Mind Stone. I can trade those in for cards, so both of these actually turn into useful things and help me ramp. In case I don't get Tron, sometimes I can still get up to 7 and 8 mana by turn 4 or 5. I also have 4 Pristine Talismans. These can give me the time I need to play my big guys, and of course help ramp me when I don't find those Tron lands. I have 4 Serrated Arrows. This is the star removal package of the deck, is just 4 copies of Serrated Arrows in the main. Against any X1 deck, they can be really, really strong, and if they play something like a 5/5, I struggle a lot of the time, unless I have a Serrated Arrows and I can get that into a range that I can actually beat. Next is my creature package. I only have 16 creatures. First, I have 4 Peace Striders. I think people were wondering why I was so excited for Peace Strider, and it's basically just for this deck. It started off in the sideboard, and then the more I played this deck, I just realized that it's good enough for the main deck. This actually cut out Rusted Relic. Rusted Relic a lot of the time was too awkward because I needed to keep up my artifact count, and I don't necessarily have a ton of artifacts all the time. A 5/5 is better than this in a lot of ways, but I ended up upping my endgame package of Ulamog's Crushers and Wretched Gryphs. They used to both be, I think Ulamog's Crusher was a 3 of and Wretched Gryph was a 2 of. I found that with Peace Strider, I could get to that late game a little bit more consistently, and I was boarding it in almost every game, so I just found a place to cut cards out so that I could play these Peace Striders, and they've been really good. They've been really, really good. A 3/3 is respectable in our format, and if you're following him up with some giant creatures, you can really justify him. I also have 4 Self-Assemblers. This is another way that I outvalue my opponents, just playing a bunch of 4/4s that they have to either 2-for-1 themselves to deal with, or even if they 1-for-1 them, if I'm lucky enough to not draw multiples and I can tutor for all of them, I'm way ahead on card advantage. It's like a 4-for-1 most of the time. I've been really enjoying the extra Wretched Gryphs. When I can just play a Wretched Gryph and draw a card and then follow it up with another one and just keep doing that, you pull pretty far ahead on card advantage. The 3/4 body battles with pretty much every flyer in the format profitably. The only way that these are dying is stack blocks and actual removal spells, and then you've 2-for-1 to your opponent. Even if they get counterspelled, you get your card, because it's when you cast Wretched Gryph, draw a card, and I don't think I'm ever going to be cutting these down again. 4 Ulamog's Crushers is a lot, but I need to be able to close out a game. if I actually am lucky enough to draw Tron and I don't have something to just jam and win the game, the deck just feels silly. So I'm maxing out on these in the hopes of some free wins. So moving on to the sideboard, I have 4 gut shots in here. These are for both fairies, delvers, and tireless tribes. Any deck that plays X1s, I'm glad to have a removal spell that I can actually use to kill them. With pristine talismans and things, I have the extra life, so these aren't going anywhere, I don't think. I have 3 Mearsires. This deck is a little bit's an understatement. This deck is pretty soft to edicts, and Mearsires just shore that right up. I've also used them for extra blockers against things like red deck wins. I also have 4 Relic of Progenitus. One of the things that a colorless sideboard can do is hate a graveyard, so I'm just gonna be happy with that and play to my strengths. I have 1 Whisper Silk Cloak. This can just win games against people with targeted removal and blockers. I don't think that you want more than 1, but it's a good one of to have. Lastly, I have 3 Cradle of the Accursed. Taking out the Bottle Gnomes left me with some space I wasn't really sure what to do with. And one day I was testing this and kind of having a bad time, and I noticed that Quicksand was dead almost every time. And I thought to myself, well, maybe Cradle of the Accursed is better. And then I started breaking it down by matchup, and I found that it was kind of half and half. I can't just cut Quicksand since they're one of my only removal spells, and they're good enough against like Ninja of the Deep Hours. But when I want the Cradle of the Accursed, I now have access to it. Maybe I actually want 4 of these, because I can even cut Radiant Fountains if I'm looking to like 1-for-1 a deck, or sometimes I 2-for-1 myself if I'm killing like an Angler or something with Quicksands, but the life isn't relevant in control matchups. So maybe 4 Cradle of the Accursed is going to happen at some point. I'm not sure what to cut though. Anyway, let's get into the games and let's see how this does. All right, here we go. Round 1. We're going first. That's not a great hand. We got 5 lands. We got some time with our Peace Trader and our Radiant Fountain, but we have 1 Tron land. I think we can hope for a better 6. So if I find a land, I'm good. Is there a 5 that's better? A lot of the time there is a 5 that's better. I was hoping not to have to make a hard decision like this so early. We have 24 lands in our deck, 23 left. I think I'm gonna mull. That's not great, but I think it does do stuff. I think we'd just rather have a land. Guardian Idol's not too exciting right now. Yeah, I want a land to play on turn 3. So I'm going to start off on the Radiant Fountain. Oh my gosh. Let's hope for something slow and interactive, right? Boros Monarch. Okay, so we drew our land. That's exactly what we wanted to see. I think this is actually going to shape up. I guess I'm just assuming he's on Boros Monarch. The Raven Inspector, okay. I hope he's on the Monarch build, because if he's on the Kuldutha build, okay, there's another land. So we can play out our Peace Strider. We can hit 5 next turn, so all of our self-assemblers are live. And then if we draw a Tron land or an Expedition map, we're flying. Bolts our guy. Returns his land with his Glint Hawk. That's actually pretty good for us, I think. I'm gonna see what I get off of this. Oh, the luck. So we're gonna cast our Wretched Griff. That shaped up pretty good for, I think that was a 5-card hand. Next turn we're playing a Crusher. I feel like okay, so he doesn't kill our guy, so we're just gonna be able to hold out a little bit here. I think we just jam Crusher. That seems like a fairly easy decision. I don't think we're racing these guys, so I'm just gonna wait. We can overwhelm them. Prophetic Prism, that's not a Journey to Nowhere. The Journey to Nowhere mana, don't do it. Oh, there it is. Yep. Okay. So it's really good that we left the Wretched Griff back. Let's just start playing out our stuff. I'm hoping that he kills the Wretched Griff so that I can Haunted Fengraph it back sometime soon. No response to that. If he played a Coarse Skyfisher, I would have killed that 3-bit Inspector. He would have returned the Prophetic Prism anyway. So I should probably just be killing these birds. There's a Galv Blast. Okay. Let's take out Birdie. Take our 3 down to 21. Well, not forced to use our Haunted Fengraph yet. I hope he's just got a handful of Prismatic Strands. That would be funny. Most grindy decks we can just outgrind. Thinks better of it because of our Griff. We'll take out another bird. Let's get the one without Summoning Sickness for whatever reason. So if we use these two, we could get a Peace Strider back. Let's just see what happens before we make any decisions. Either way, we're probably casting a Peace Strider this turn. That's what we wanted. Kills our Peace Strider again. I think that's just in case we get another Haunted Fengraph. He wants that in the yard more than anything. I don't think we're forced into action. I kind of want to save the arrows in case we want to start attacking with our Guardian Idols. And we don't want this Skyfisher to get in the way. Okay, I think we're going to go for the Glint Hawk now. Get the power off the board. If we reduce the Core Skyfisher, I'd be afraid of him bouncing it with another Core Skyfisher. Back down to 21. Yeah, there's the other core Skyfisher. So he has one more Glinthawk in his deck and 2 more core Skyfishers. Let's just let those die. I love the Wretched Griff draws. Ooh. Hello, friend. So now, if he's not paying attention and attacks with the Thraben Inspector, I can get it with a Guardian Idol. Don't think that's super likely. I'm liking our odds since he's used up 2 of his Journey to Nowheres. He can draw 3 cards off of clues eventually. He's drawn a lot of cards. Another Haunted Fengraph is good. Man, that Urza's Tower draw earlier, that was amazing. Cycles a clue because he knows that we're pretty much done for the turn after this Crusher. Battle Screech. That's gonna be kind of annoying for Ulamog's Crusher. You can get another Haunted Fengraph off of this map, but let's see what happens when we attack with the Crusher. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's shy on being able to kill it. He sacrifices an Inspector and a Plains. Get a land. Let's go back up to 23. Map. No reason to go for map main phase, and then we can activate our Guardian Idol if we need to. Sen's Enlistment is troublesome, for sure. He can use his lands to get 2 permanents in play now. Every time he gets one of those lands. So let's go get that Haunted Fengraph I was talking about. Okay, so that's kind of like a 3-for-1. I guess it's like a 2-for-1. A Thraben Inspector drew a card, I guess. It's not too bad though. The only thing we're getting off of Haunted Fengraph is Peace Strider, right? Yeah. Which, that doesn't actually seem too bad. It really applies pressure. Is this another Battle Screech? Looks like it. Oh, it just sends Enlistment. There's the last Glinthawk. It might be a little bit hasty to be getting back these Peace Striders. I don't mind though. I'll take a Core Skyfisher. Probably gonna stack block with something else, but I will kill the Core Skyfisher regardless. Nothing? Is he just gonna take 12? Hmm. Sure. Seems like a good attack. Guess we could have held that in our hand, but there's some mana intensive turns with this deck. I'll just tap that so I don't forget. Go up to 31. That's okay. He's going for it. We're out of Fengraphs, so this is pretty good of him. I got a whole bunch of cards though. So if I attack with my Wretched Gryphs, I'm at a high enough life total that I don't really care. I really want that Core Skyfisher dead. Now I can attack with my Guardian Idols. We're probably gonna get flooded. There's Palace Sentinels. He must have some kind of removal in hand. That blocks our Guardian Idols though. So hopefully we eat a Glint Hawk here. Play our Quicksand, pass the turn. Gotta remember to use the Pristine Talisman. That's bothersome. Probably not gonna see an attack from him. May have just shot myself in the foot there by getting those Peace Striders back. So we've used up 3 Haunted Fengraphs. He's stolen one of our Crushers. This one's a Wretched Gryph. So we have 2 Crushers. Oh. If we can get that Palace Sentinel off the field, it's going to be pretty big. I don't think I'm going to Quicksand. Unless he kills one of our guys. Okay, now I'll Quicksand. Let's do it. Let's do it now. We can save our guy. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 3, 4, 5, 6 burn spells and an electricity have been used up. So that's a redraw. I don't know why I'm doing this like this, but I am. That can save us some damage just by killing some Kithkins. They're going to be a problem, I think. Wow. Made 4 Kithkins this turn. So he has 2 more burn spells in his deck and maybe another Journey to Nowhere. It's down to 5. Firebolt. Okay, so he has Firebolt in his deck. Or at least 1. I would be surprised if I saw more. Battle Screech. How many Battle Screeches is that? Okay, that's 2. It's probably the end of the Battle Screeches. Not the greatest draw. And he's attacking for a lot. Probably gonna have to bring in some number of relics to deal with that Sen's Enlistment. A lot of dead draws. Let's see. Even a Crusher is kind of not amazing. That's not amazing against. How many power is that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm only taking 9 a turn. $16 cards in his library. 15. I don't have that many turns. Oh. And he's on the Bajukabog version? Watch, that's going to be the turn before we would have drawn a Haunted Fengraf. Yeah, it was. I don't think there's anything that can get us out of this now. For Sen's Enlistment. I feel like any other version of Boros without without Sen's Enlistment, we would have been gold. But, you know, he brought it. All right. Let's get a redraw. Probably should thin first. Okay, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm at 9, 14, wait, 9, 10, 11. I think we're dead. We have all of our radiant fountains, so that's not going to work. Let's get a quicksand. Pauper Mindstone, and that's it. Alrighty. So this matchup I bring in Whisper Silk Cloak to protect a Crusher. And then we decided we needed some number of these. The Cradle the Accursed are better than Quicksand, I believed. At least when I was making notes for this deck. I think that's how I did it. The Guardian Idols, I think, aren't that good. I'd rather have redraws with relics. And then I think that's basically it. Wonder if just the acceleration of Idol versus Pristine Talisman is worth it. I think I'd rather have the Talisman. He has a lot of burn in his deck. It might be some split number. So turn 3 Talisman, turn 4 Strider. Not amazing, but I think I'd rather have 7 cards. I think you gotta admit that we did pretty well for going down to 5 cards. We got the nut draw, but we were on 5 cards. I think if we were more patient, maybe? So there's 2 things I'm thinking about. If we were more patient and didn't attack to kill those core Skyfishers, or we were less patient and got our Wretched Gryphs in the graveyard so that our Haunted Fengraphs would possibly get those back. I think either of those scenarios would have been better than getting the Peace Strider back. So if he dirtles a little bit, I think this should be fine though. We can catch back up. We'll be gaining like a bit of life. I'm gonna play another power plant in case we end up drawing Tron. And then we can just kind of, you know, we might be able to catch back up a little bit more because we have more mana out. I don't think that's going to be relevant, but I'm sure that the Quicksand is not. Okay. So in the long run, if we play Pristine Talisman next turn, I think it's better. Now it's for sure better. So 1, 2, 3. Talisman. We could also just go Mindstone. I think we're playing for the super, super long game, and I think that this is better for that. Plus, we're at 7 mana, so we can griff. I didn't notice how low we were on time. Gotta play quicker, I guess. If we hit a land, oh, we do, and it's a Tron land. We can play our relic. Bolt. Bolt. Oh, Palace Sentinels this early? Have some mercy. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Peace Strider. Did I just have my... We don't want to do that. Peace Strider. Activate. Yield. Alrighty. No Bajuka Bog, please. Whew, that worried me. I was like, ability land, no. No. Huh. So I think we get this out of our yard. Let's crack Mindstone. Three, 6, 7 extra. Do that. So we got an expedition map. So we can get Tron together, or we can keep getting ability lands. This feels like a Firebolt Telegraph. I think I'm gonna just take it and then see what he plays to block my Peace Strider, or he'll just bolt my Peace Strider. All the power plants. I want to pop a Fengraph, I think. Three, 4, 5, 6. So we're shy. I think I'm gonna go for popping a Cradle, actually, and popping a map. Yeah. So he did have the Firebolt. So it's a second journey on a smallish creature. We're taking 6 a turn, but we're gaining 2 a turn. He's playing blisteringly fast. I think that is cause for Tron. Mine, play it, this, cast, sure, 4, 5, 6, we're shy, so let's just do this. Activate on you. Pass. Gotta keep in mind that he can flash back that Firebolt. He's down to 4 mana. If he drops land, we'll know that he can't Firebolt. He hasn't dropped land though. So no blocks here. Yeah, and he could have done it. 5. My face? Start getting that Glint Hawk. Just do it now, so don't forget. Cast a Wretched Griff. Draw a Ulamog's Crusher. Make sure to activate that. Crusher. Attack. Doesn't want to step Monarch. So he's giving up a bird. Or a core. Whatever. So double Galvanic Blast or Journey to Nowhere are what we don't want to see. But Jukabog isn't the end of the world. Our Wretched Griffs are in play, and our Ulamog's Crusher is here. Let us activate here. Attack. Probably got him this game. Okay. Forgot to play my land, but that's not what it's about right now. That's irksome. So he's going to try to steal back the Monarch with Palace Sentinels, but I think it's worth the Quicksand to say no. Oops. Go for this. I'm just going to attack with 1, so he's forced to kill our Wretched Griff. Gain a lot of life. Cradle of the Accursed helps. Oh yeah, he has an Alchemist's Vial. Whoopsie. Okay, he did use it. Steals back the Monarch. 4. Battle Screech. Can't flash it back. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. We don't have infinite time. In all reality, he can probably get it back. But we can make a zombie. The vials are pretty annoying. He had the Monarch for a long time, I think. Peace Strider is at least action. So I think he's given up his core Skyfisher here to maintain the Monarch. So play Cradle, sack Cradle. Get back our guy, play our guy. What? I thought I yielded there. So now I have a pretty decent board. I think he's just trying to time me. And I think it's gonna work. Kills another wretched Griff. Jeez Louise. There's a self-assembler. Jeez. Okay. Let's just get in with all of our guys. I think we're going to be wiping the board pretty good here right now. What is this? Bolt's our other guy. Okay, anything for the other one? Oh, nope. We are the Monarch. Okay. This is what I hope happens next game. We already played land, so we go for serrated arrows. Pass the turn. Get our crusher. I think there's a chance next game. You're saying there's a chance. Oh my. Okay. Pachuca bogs me. I'm gonna turn off auto yields for just a minute here. Get that. Attack for huge. Yes. Okay. Arrows. This. Life yield, okay, yes, still okay. Okay. Yield, okay. Yeah, I think next turn or next game we're just screwed. We did get the relic, so he's not gonna be able to send enlistment every turn. Yes, I want to annihilate her. Oh my gosh, this guy's like a master at timing me out. Yeah. Sure, yeah. All right, is there any way to speed us up? Maybe cut the relics, but that seems like a wholly bad idea. I just gotta keep no matter what it is. No, I don't. Sure. Do I want a second map? I don't know. No, that's a third map. This map yield. Unless I draw a Tron land, I'm just gonna crack it. Yeah. Power plant. Pass. I know, I'm a filthy clicker, and it is probably making everyone mad. And it's costing me time. And the bees are dying. Got my hand on the F6 key, okay. Oh, there's a chance. I get a mine. Mine. Pass. I guess F6 doesn't work on my computer. Sure, of course you play Palace Sentinels turn 4. Yeah, no magic online. I don't want to block with my 0 creatures. Okay. Crusher, pass. We're at 8. If we draw any Tron piece, our self-assemblers are a go. Oh, okay. I think we're annihilating. Okay, just go straight to combat. Oh, we're not annihilating. Okay. This. Dude. That's 4, 5. Assembler. Yes. This. Yield. Let me guess. Double Galvanic Blast. Ancient Grudge on my self-assembler. No mana fixing right now. Bounces a land here. Because he had to crack his Alchemist vial because of our Ulamog's Crusher. So we're just going to click OK a bunch of times because Ulamog's Crusher automatically attacks. He's got to give up a bunch of guys. So then this again. This. Oh, come on. Are you serious, Cradle of the Accursed? Of course I don't want to pop you. And we're yielding again. Oh, come on. I don't even care about my pristine talismans. I'm the Monarch. Oh, it flashes back Ancient Grudge, slowing down my clock. Oh my gosh, the Alchemist files. I don't even care if it gives him the Monarch back. I don't think we've got this. No. Oh man. So we're gonna lose this game to time, but I think we could have got there. He seems like he's like barely holding on, and I have an Ulamog's Crusher in hand. Ah, Linzo 0-1, really well played. That was all skill there. All right, round 2 after our humiliating loss to time. This has natural Tron, so you just keep it. Peace Strider will help us find time, and Mindstone will help us actually find cards. I think I just said natural Tron, but we're totally gonna go look for the tower, so that's a lie. Red mana. So I'm just gonna go ahead and yield. And I suppose I should, just in case he has artifact destruction, not just yield until end of turn. Alright, well, we can go find our tower. This is burn. I'm gonna need to apply pressure before anything else. Ooh. So this will gain us the same amount of life later as it will now. So let's just cast a Wretched Griff. All right. We can cast a Crusher next turn. This is shaping up quite well. Those are some good draws. A Radiant Fountain would be perfect, but we don't draw one. So let's just lay down a Quicksand. And I think it's possible we die next turn. Seems unlikely though. Yeah, we could die. He just needs 3 bolts and a Fire Blast. Needle Drop is good news. Means he's going to use up some of his mana. And we're going to be able to Peace Strider. I want Pristine Talismans. Or more Peace Striders. Or a Radiant Fountain. There's a lot of good draws we have here. Even an Expedition map would let us go get a Radiant Fountain. Lava Runner's kind of cute. Another Wretched Griff. We're going to have a blocker, so I say we attack. I'm going to try not to just play turbo speed. We have plenty of time in this matchup. So let us go Peace Strider. And then I'm actually going to cycle one of these guys. See if we can find... Nope. So I think the play here is just another Mind Stone. And I'm going to hold up Quicksand in case he like Searing Blazes and then Lava Runners. And we get there. All right. I think we don't change a single card. The only question is whether we want more Mirror Sires for like blockers. I don't think we can give up any of our ability to close out a game though, or ramp. They could be better than Serrated Arrows. We don't know if he's running any of the other creatures though, so I'm gonna go ahead and just keep this. I guess I could have cut one, but so turn 3 Talisman, turn 4 Peace Strider, I believe this is. Another mine. So if he has a Lava Runner draw here, that is really, really bad for us. Okay, no G-Probe. There's a piece of Tron. All we can do here is play Guardian Idol, and then we can play Peace Strider the next turn. So I think... So he's off land. This is now a 2/2. Crusher is not altogether useful right now. I thought about playing Pristine Talisman, but since this can block, I think we're better off. Wow, that was quick. Going into round 3, 1-1. Gotta mulligan that. Gotta mulligan that. And we keep. I think this will help us. Yeah, I think Peace Strider will be helpful. Going to be drawing that next turn, and I think what we're hoping to draw is another Tron piece. Oh, Lord. Oh, Terrarian. That's kind of weird. So let's play our tap thing. So is this like Teamer Tron? Second Tron piece, Sax Terrarian. Double green, so this looks like mono green Tron, and I have beat that in the past. Finds an expedition map, so he's gonna have Tron next turn, but he has to work for it a little bit. So no land like we were hoping. So let's play a Mind Stone first. Let's just play a Guardian Idol. So we have 5 mana. So self-assemblers are pretty good draws from here. I would expect that he's playing some kind of Prophetic Prism or something. Yep. Called it. There's a Crusher we can't play. We can, however, play our Mind Stone and our Peace Strider. Next turn, we can attack for 7, I believe. Yeah. I don't think we're in the business of sacking Mind Stones yet. We're too close to Crusher to go backwards on mana. This is just a Drifty Boy. He did play his Tron piece. Don't have to keep that up anymore. Whew. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So next turn with any land, he could go look for Crusher. Super unfortunate that I can't. Oh, shh. I meant to attack there. I was going to say that I can't attack with Guardian Idols, and I ended up just clicking through my combat step. If we lose by 3 damage, I guess we'll just cry ourselves to sleep. I guess we're keeping him off of Pulse of Marasa? I guess? And this build typically doesn't play any counter spells, so it's kind of like whoever gets Crusher out first. There's your Marauder. Is this another Marauder? Oh, man. I don't think it's going to matter that we played a Crusher first when he can just block it with one of his Marauders, sack a Chromatic Star, and like a Prophetic Prism. But we can get it back with Haunted Fengraf, although that's super slow. Red, man, he could Rolling Thunder our whole board dead. Not respecting the Annihilator too bad, which worries me. Oh, this looks like a Rolling Thunder. That's 8. So he's going to have 1 left over to go at our face, and then he's going to be doing 12. So we'll take 13 damage down to like 8. That's game. We could block with Guardian Idols to buy us a little bit of time. I don't think that we were getting there. So I'm going to board out Quicksands, bring in the Cradles. I'm going to bring in a Whisper Silk Cloak and out a Serrated Arrows. All of my Serrated Arrows are coming out for relics. I kind of want this last relic. I think a Pristine Talisman can leave. The Peace Striders are a little bit... I think they're worse than the Pristine Talismans. I think that's where we're at. Not the most exciting hand for sure. 2 pieces of Tron are good, but I don't know. I think this is a turn 4 self-assembler. I'm totally going to be sacking one of these relics. Okay, sack one of these guys. Draw nothing. I'm more excited about the self-assembler and a redraw off of our relic than a Peace Strider right now. In this matchup, I think they're the worst card in our deck. Please don't play... Please don't play Power Plant. Okay, plays another tower. Evoke Moldrifter? No, this is a green. Fierce Empath. Crap. Fault Grinder. Destroy a land. Draw another relic. Okay. Radiant Fountain. And even if he blows up a land, we can still keep on the self-assembler train. View sideboard. Taking out all these serrated arrows makes it kind of tough with these self-assemblers. Huh. Let's see what happens when we attack. One, two, three, four, five, six. So we can go for the Mind Stone. And we've got Fault Grinder Insurance, I think. I think he's just... Is he waiting to get value out of it? Oh, he has to pay 5 for it. I thought this was a lot cheaper for some reason to evoke. He's looking for his 5th land. 4, 5, 6, 7. If he doesn't blow up our land and we draw a land, this Ulamog's Crusher is coming down. And then we'll lose game 3. Okay. found a tap land, but... And the next turn he's going to have Tron with popping that expedition map. He's going to have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana available. And we'll see how good he can catch up. Sorry, how well he can catch up. My guess would be not well enough, but... Alright. Now show me what you got. It's a Rolling Thunder for 8 exactly to kill our Umbog's Crusher. Isn't it? Yep. It's looking pretty good though. We get his Wretched Griff from him. 1, 2, 3, well, 5. Get the last self-assembler out of our deck. And then I think we're in the business of popping this relic. That's Tron. It's a little bit annoying since we just got rid of all of the stuff in the graveyards that even though we have Tron, we only have 9 mana worth of stuff to do. I guess with the Mind Stone we might have more. And we can play Cradle of the Accursed, so this is looking okay. Oh, he could pull back ahead with the Fangren Marauder real quick. These attacks are going to be pretty awkward. It's another tower. So that is 7. So he could Fault Grinder us. Yep, goes for Tron. Shoot, girl. So if we attack, we get in for 4, lose both of our creatures. I don't think that we're doing that quite yet. I think next turn that's fine, but since we can deploy another 8 power worth of creatures this turn and make his blocks more awkward, I think we do that. And then when he blocks, I plan on popping Haunted Fengraf for whatever dies. He's probably just going to deploy a whole bunch of Marauders or something and just thwart that, but I don't know what else to do. So these are gone, get rid of that. Do you think it's wrong to take out the Serrated Arrows? They're probably better than Peace Striders. So if we win this, I'm gonna take out those Peace Striders. What? 8, 12. So we can kill 3 of our self-assemblers if he has Rolling Thunder. And our Peace Strider. Well. What are we doing? Okay. Let's see what Mindstone brings us. Oh. Yeah. Of course it brings back the Peace Strider. Why wouldn't it? Awkward. I don't think we're winning this. Is this another Fault Grinder for realsies? You for realsing me right now? Who packs this many Fault Grinders? But alright. Good on ya, opponent. We won't even have enough mana to play a Crusher if we draw it, and even if we play it... I feel like I jinxed myself there. Wasn't he at like... I think he was at 10, and he's at 35 now. I don't think he can play any more Rolling Thunders. If he has any more Rolling Thunders in his deck, I would be really surprised. I guess I'll just do that. Oh, that is sick. So he sacks the Fault Grinder to play a Wretched Griff. And then now that Fault Grinder's in the yard, he Haunted Fangraft it back. Now it's in the yard again, so if he has Pulse and Marasa, we're in even worse shape. I don't think he's ever attacking with his Fangren Marauder. That's super significant because when we attack with Ulamog's Crusher, he can block with it, and it's the only thing he loses. Otherwise, we Annihilator 2 and then 2 for 1 him, which I want to do. I just don't think that's ever happening. Oh, man. Yeah, other Tron lists, we usually lose to, I think. Gain 10. Yeah. You know, normal Marasatron, I think isn't the worst matchup. I don't think it's good, but since we're doing 4 relics in the board, I can see winning that. Gains another 10 off of our guy dying. Maybe that's our path to victory, is just drawing Ulamog's Crushers and playing him every turn for the next 3 turns or something. At least we're pretty sure that we're not going to get Rolling Thundered out of the game just out of nowhere. Man, he's got, what is this? 3, 6, 9, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21 mana. Are you serious? I don't know if I've ever seen a deck run 3 Rolling Thunders. There it is. All right, round 4. Gotta win out from here. Oh my lord. Okay. All right, I guess we keep that and bottom that. I can usually beat blue-black control, and he whiffed on Augur, so that's a good sign. Gotta keep drawing lands. Still no action. He seems mana screwed. So let's stop the attacks. Let that eat an edict or whatever. And we've drawn 3 of our self-assemblers. This is not, they're not looking very good right now when they do this. This is usually how we beat like blue-black control lists, is like we find one and then that finds more and more and more. Well, there's our 5th land. At least the first one is going to be a 2-for-1. But he is sitting on all spells, I think. Edict. No use, so let's just yield. Another edict. So we're up to 6 mana. There's 7. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So Wretched Griffs are alive now. I would suspect that he's on some number of disfigures. So that's good news for our deck. But he's not actually drawing them. 2, 3, 4. So we go 5 like that, so that if we ever hit 8, we can deploy both of these. I have played with the idea of putting Conjurer's Baubles in this deck as just more cantrips that can put self-assemblers back in the deck. And we can just go keep tutoring them. I don't think that that's super appealing though. So that is Tron. So before we play out another Peace Strider, I want to see if we can hit. That is good. I don't know why I'm saying yes, but I did. Let's probably should have done this first, but whatever. Okay. Start trading off those Haunted Fengraphs for creatures. We still have a self-assembler out, so all of our creatures aren't gone. I made a mistake. I should have played Serrated Arrows. I don't think it actually matters though. I was thinking just in case he plays Agony Warp, but he would play Agony Warp post-combat. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Let's do this. Why is that significant? I think he has anglers. That's gotta be what it is. He wants an angler to be able to block that. And I think that this Crusher is gonna get counterspelled. Is this our Agony Warp? Alright, so we have enough mana to Haunted Fengraph back the Crusher if it does get countered. So he's not going to Bojuka Bog it away. That's 2 counterspells out of his deck, so he's got 2 left. And he might have excludes, just looking at how his deck runs. Forbidden Alchemy. Seagate Oracle, huh? It's something you put in the art. So there's that, and then we also get to play Guardian Idol as extra Edict Insurance. Pass. Pray he doesn't have... Usually they're only running 2 Doom Blades, and we've seen 2 already. So there's another Seagate Oracle. He totally could be running more, that wouldn't be surprising, but... It's weird. I want to say... It wouldn't be surprising, but I don't expect it. Oh, wow. So we can go get another Haunted Fengraph after he kills our Crusher. So I'm gonna attack with all my guys. He has to block this Crusher with both of his anglers, so I think that these are free attacks. And that puts him a little bit further away from Chainer's Edict. Flashback. Fengraph, play it. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, perfect. Got it. All right, so I think we bring in all of our relics. Peace Striders are silly. Whisper Silk Cloak I think is good. I want to say that these arrows are good. Maybe a talisman. Oh, Mere Sires are good. Let's bring out all the talismans. Just outvalue him. Quicksands. So maybe it's Radiant Fountains that we take out here. Radiant Fountains for cradles, just for the value. And I like that. Some more. And I think that's a keep. The relic's gonna buy us enough time. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna bottom that. It doesn't come down until turn 5, and that's only if we draw another land. So that's Tron. I feel like you can kind of see why game 1, or the first game of the tournament, I went to time. I'm not used to even having that be an issue with this deck. We've got all lands, but we can... Oh, sure. I'm gonna get rid of this as soon as I can. I didn't know they ran Chittering Rats, so this was a surprise. Chittering Rats does pretty good work against my deck. Do that there because it can only be activated sorcery speed. Are you serious? Okay. I can start getting in. I'm fine using up my Lacerated Arrows counter to get his creature. That was good. I know that we can draw another relic, but it might be time already to pop this relic just because we're going to get behind if we don't. We have the mana. Let's just do it on our next turn in case that we don't have to. Nope, we have to. Here we go. Dang it, Bobby. Monarch. That is an effect that we struggle with. We're not fast enough to make it so they can't play it. Oh, come on. Okay. If we attack with both of our guys, I have no doubt that he's just going to 2-for-1 us. So I'm not even going to try. Self-assembler would be fantastic, although I think whatever we play is just gonna get counterspelled. Oh yeah, he discarded this mana leak. Found a preordain, and he doesn't cast it. So I have to think that he just has counterspell. Well, it's something, I guess, to start eating counterspells out of his hand. I guess he's gonna Doomblade it. Yeah, let's do it. He's just gonna save his counterspells for when he can't. Oh no! We got played. We should have waited. All right, I guess he didn't Bojuka Bog it. So now I'm still afraid of Bojuka Bog, so I'm just gonna go for this. However, okay, so I think we have enough Edict backup that we're not like, no, we don't. We don't have enough Edict backup that we can just not play around it. He's still sitting on that preordain. There it is. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I guess there's a bit of an argument to just activating Guardian Idol there, in case we draw more Haunted Fengraphs and we want them to hit the thing we want them to hit. Okay, I'm playing this because he has Monarch out and we can force him to, yeah, there we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a good opportunity to self-assembler. Ah, yes. Doomblade. That's not pointed at our Crusher. Aww. It's just been holding on to that Bojuka Bog for a long time. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We are one shy being able to do both of these, but I think we can self-assembler, and he doesn't know that. Okay. He doesn't know that we couldn't do both, so this might eat a counterspell. Remove soul. Sure. And if we resolve this Serrated Arrows, we can actually start attacking with our zombie. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he could go for the flashback edict here, but he's not. So we've got 2, 3. We still have a self-assembler in our deck because he removed sold the other one. I think we just go for this. And then okay. I feel like he should have done that before the arrows came down. And I'm expecting a Gurmag Ingler any second now. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked with the zombie here, because you can just stack block it here for free. That was a bad play. That was really bad, because now his edicts are just fantastic. We got the stupid Death Toucher off the field, though. Yep, and he's just gonna flashback edict here. He's gotta. Nope, just normal edict. So he's got 2, 3 Chainer's Edict in the yard. Not doing so hot anymore. That's a good draw. So let's see what we get. Go for the self-assembler. Yep, that's an exclude. And then we'll see what we have to do once he attacks. If he just attacks with Angler, I will Serrated Arrows at once. But, okay, so we can get a guy. So since we can't, I'm going to put a counter here. And then we only take 5. What do we get off a Mind Stone? See if that eats a counter spell. No. Do we have any Haunted Fangraphs left? No. Yes, we do. It's our last one, though. One, two, three, 4. And I'm praying that we don't draw Self-Assembler this next turn. I want to get the last one out of our deck. The normal way. The normal way of tutoring it. It is turn 15. And he has had this Monarch since I think turn 4 or 5. Of course you draw the Nihil Spellbomb. It doesn't matter anymore at this point, I suppose. So maybe he will let this resolve thinking he can Chainer's Edict it or something, and then we can Relic. Oh, that was a close call. He didn't have a single creature in his yard. There he is. We can kill this angler with our quicksands. So we're not going to take in all of the damage. They typically run 2 remove souls, so this might just mean we lose the game here. Pristine Talisman. Deep Analysis. Wow. He drew 6 cards that turn. We go like this. So expedition maps are dead now. They can get Cradle, I suppose. That'll stem the bleeding just a little bit. But he has 7 cards in his hand. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that's it. I guess we can chump. If we get Wretched Griff into Wretched Griff into Wretched Griff, we stand a chance, but like I think that this is just gonna be like a little kill spell. Yeah. Polsky. The amount of 1 land, 7 card hands that we've got in a 24 land deck is not healthy. I'm gonna take a risk and bottom that. All right, so do we crack map or do we play Mindstone? I think we crack map actually. Tower, mine. I'm just gonna do it now. I keep doing that. Bites me sometimes. If he plays a Chittering Rat, we won't have our shuffle. But he didn't. I don't think that he's going to counter a Mind Stone. So we can play that, and then we can play... Oh, shoot, girl. Let's do Myrcire first. Make the edicts awkward. Okay. We got a soul manipulation, and it didn't 2-for-1 us. I want to start my self-assembler chain again. So, actually, I'm just going to go like that. Oh, I probably could have done a tower and a mine just as easy, but whatever. One, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, relic. It's okay. Do you think last game was like close enough that our weird zombie attack could have made the difference? It could have been. That could have been it. Go for another one. Draw a cradle. And we can't attack. But next turn we can, thanks to serrated arrows, if it resolves. Deep analysis. Another deep analysis. Don't think I had priority anywhere in there to activate relic. So both of the spells in our hand are really, really good, and we can resolve at least one of them. I think we save the Wretched Griff. Well, we're in a racing position. A little bit unfortunate, but we have a win con on the table. Let's get that out of your yard, bud. What's this? Another angler? Ouch. So if we do this, and then we do this, no, that doesn't do it. We could clear the Seagate Oracle, but I don't think that's enough damage. That's a really good draw. You attack like this, of course, and then I'm wondering whether or not I want to play this Guardian Idol. I think no. Force him to think a second time. Oh, no, we just get it. Value. Okay. So if we... I think we need to focus on killing the big angler. Do that. That. I will trade. I think that it's fine enough that we can take the damage, and then we'll serrated arrows later. I was just afraid that he was gonna do something. It's weird that he would play Distress and then Bojuka Bog, or Bojuka Bog and then Distress. I feel like the other way around is just better, but whatever. Thorn. I wish we could activate our Cradle. It's possible we can if we draw the right land. Okay. I think that paid off. The right land was next. I think I just missed equipping Ulamog's Crusher with Whisper Silk Cloak. That's really dumb. Let's see what happens. Hooray! Alright, last round. Ironic Gentleman. Not the most exciting hand for sure. I think there's too many decks that this just loses to. I don't have any Tron pieces. This seems better. Let me get a scry. I don't want a second talisman. I hope this is Tribe. And watch, it's gonna be Tribe and they're just gonna kick our faces in. Looks like it. So this... Oh, look. I was thinking about going and getting a quicksand, but looks like we don't have to. Thought Scourer. This doesn't look like Tribe anymore. At least to me. What do I know, though? Okay, well, we'll see what we have to go get after they play their turn. Maybe we wait on the map. Yeah, I think we wait. Okay, we'll know right now. Yep, this is the blue-black Delver, it looks like. At least that's what I think. That's a fast angler. That is a very fast angler. This will buy us one more turn. Just do it. And if our arrows resolve, we can double quicksand. It's kind of desperate, but sometimes... No! Why? Oh. Four, five. Why can't we just go tutor for an ancient tomb? Whining. I suppose we could have went and tutored for a quicksand and then triple quicksanded at some point. One, two, three, four, five. Six. I don't think we got this. Yeah, I think he's just gonna hold counterspell up and then just beat us over the head. Oh, man. Something, I guess. So we can cast a Wretched Griff that I think is going to get counterspelled. No. Okay. What about this? Days. Have to block the Angler. Gosh. Just get to the next turn and then the next turn. I don't think I'm 100% sure that the Crusher doesn't do it. And I'm like 99% sure this doesn't do it either. But who knows? Now we do. Now we knows. Okay. Deck is so fast. Okay, so we're gonna take those out. I want gut shots actually. I'm gonna take out the Peace Striders, even though they're so fast, but this doesn't do combat with any of their creatures. It's just 4 mana, gain 3, sit there and look stupid. So we brought in relics. Arrow's gonna help us with everything, and then I want these gut shots, but I don't know what comes out for them. I think one talisman is fine, maybe 2. Maybe just all of them, and then I don't think they actually run edicts. Maybe they will against us. One of those. And then I'll say keep a pristine talisman. I'm thinking about what the Whisper Silk Cloak would do. And I'm coming to not enough. I'm just afraid of another speedy draw. All right. Turn 1 map, turn 2 Mindstone, or crack map. Slow again. I think every hand in this deck is slow though. None of our sideboard cards. Hopefully we draw like another Tron piece. There it is! Oh, I'm a gambling man. Let's do it. Let's do Mindstone, and then the next turn I can use the Mindstone, one of my lands, go get the last piece of Tron, and then play a Self-Assembler. So I need a mine. So let's get the first counterspell out of his hand and then just slam a Crusher every turn. Okay. So Brainstorm means no counterspell. This might be a null or something, or daze. And this could be an angler turn for sure. He went and got Swamp. 4 cards in the yard. That is 7. Free Preordain. It's only free if he plays an angler, but whatever. Mental Note. This looks like an angler to me, yeah. So thanks to Gut Shot, I'm gonna go ahead and attack here. Do that. Double Days would do it. And I didn't play my map, but I think we can play around Days the entire game. All the probes. Get that out of here. I don't even check if they top or bottom or whatever with Preordain anymore. I just don't think it affects my decisions. Like, maybe I'm just not playing the right deck and I'm like not afraid of them drawing some specific thing. Snuff out, yeah. So here, oh, I'm in combat. I'm deciding whether I want more mana or do I want, I think I want the Crusher. But I can still Expedition Map for a tower. I'll do that. And the next turn we'll have a crazy self-assembler turn. Ghastly Demise. He had exactly 8 cards in his yard. Hooray. 1 mana, kill target Ulamog's Crusher. Okay, Duress is good news since it doesn't do anything. And then... Alright. So this has the best chance of getting an Ulamog's Crusher. We have 1 more self-assembler in our library. I don't think that's worth... this is Days. Okay, let's do this. So there's all of those out of our library. And we haven't played land this turn yet, so I'm going to go ahead and cycle this Mind Stone. Next turn, go crazy. Thought Scours. Get in there first. Edict. And then I want to play the self-assembler first for another edict. Not that it matters. He doesn't have black, but I don't know. Three cards in his hand. I have an Ulamog's Crusher and a self-assembler. What could possibly go wrong? You could just tap out for a snuff out. Yay! Another Haunted Fangraph. Damage racing. Let's see what happens here. So it's either Ulamog's Crusher or Wretched Griff, and I'm actually partial to the Wretched Griff. I don't think we've played land for turn, so popping a Mind Stone's good. And popping a relic can save us from Ghastly Demise. And we're no longer playing around Daze if we go for Wretched Griff. But do you keep in Dazes against a Tron deck like us? I don't think you do. So I'm gonna go for Wretched Griff. And they left him in? Then they left him in. Okay, so this is alive. And we can get 2 for 1 here. No, 1 for 1 with Disfigure, yeah. But that's good for our race strategy. Crush you. Self-assemble. So he did leave in Dazes. That's good to know. And he just barely drew it that turn. Otherwise, he totally would have gotten rid of that Wretched Griff, I think. Okay. This is the tough one. So Ghastly Demise is instant speed. I still don't think that Whisper Silk Cloak is really worth it. Pristine Talisman still seems silly. There is a lot of edicts, so maybe more Mirror Sires. Was there that many edicts? There was like... there were only Diabolic Edicts. And I think 1 Mirror Sire is fine for that. And then Guardian Idols. Gut Shot seemed really good. Maybe Pristine Talisman is worse than having 3 Gut Shots. Our life gain package is really gone here. I think that's okay though. Oh, we are never playing this Ulamog's Crusher. I'm gonna mull. So I think that this is okay. And I'm gonna bottom that. I want Tron. I really want Tron. Or self-assembler. Acceleration. Jeez, this deck is pretty nuts. Like, even though he dazed, that doesn't set him behind at all in terms of angler, I think. Because the daze is in the yard now. And we've only got lands in hand. If he flips this, gut shot feels bad. Oh, he reveals a Diabolic Edict. Oh. So let's phrase the best we can, I suppose. Yep, not gonna shoot off that duress. All right. There's Tron. So we're not afraid of losing our guy. And I think we're just too flooded to actually do anything. Wretched Griff, I think, is what we need. Oh, no. He still doesn't know that we have Tron. I think we drew that Mine and that Fengraph the 2 turns after. Oh, I should have played the Haunted Fengraph. We're blocking this turn. And if he knows how to cast Diabolic Edict, we're dead. He does. Dang. I do believe the deck is improved, but I don't think it's all the way there yet in terms of optimization. I think after adding these Peace Striders, having so many Pristine Talismans is a little bit awkward. So I would like to cut these, and I'm not sure what I'm putting in. If, like, a lot of the time this deck is like a value deck, and you're just trying to outgrind your opponent and survive early game. I think that the Pristine Talismans are too slow to be in the survive the early game plan, and they don't have any value in terms of card advantage. They're just like another land. Let me know what you guys would put in for these Pristine Talismans. Like, I don't think that I'm cutting all of them. 1 to 2 is what I'm looking at to cut. And then in the sideboard, I still like all the relics because the matchups where they're good. They are good. The Mere Sires are pretty good, but not. I think 3 is a little bit much. I rarely want that many, so I think that's a slot we could cut. The Whisper Silk Cloak I think is good. So maybe a Mere Sire could be a Cradle of the Accursed, so that if we need to, we can side out either our Radiant Fountains or Quicksands to shift into that plan. I think we have to keep Gut Shot, so you're super limited on what you can actually sideboard in a colorless deck. It's like Phyrexian mana spells and artifacts. So there could be an argument for just another creature slot, like, I don't know, bring back the Rusted Relics or something like that. Maybe Porcelain Legionnaires could find their way back in here. I don't know. The sideboard on this has been really hard to construct. So, as always, I'm looking for feedback. Have a nice day.